All right, well, let's get our first question. Let's see what we have to talk about here today. Jim, this was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Chaz in a town in South Africa. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this.
No way to spell it.
GQEB, now it gets easy, ERHA.
Oh, well, it gets easy after that. All right, well, from Gahuba.
Here's his question. I'm an avid listener of the show for the last 2 years, and I'd like to say thank you for all the insight and laughs during the dumpster fire that was 2020 and 2021. Especially for us here in Gabertha, South Africa.
Gabertha.
I'd love to hear you and...
Don't pronounce it correctly. Pronounce the man's hometown correctly. Gabertha.
I'd love to hear you and Jim attempt saying my city's name. My question relates to recent comments made by Chris Jericho in an interview, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. Here's Chris Jericho comparing himself to The Undertaker.
Oh, boy.
Not that there's any comparison, but I think I'm taking on like the Undertaker role in the WWE for his last few years there, where every time he does something, it's impactful. It means something. He's a benefit to have in the locker room. He's a leader. He's very experienced. He can tell guys and girls what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. And it's just a good person to have around your roster. So, Jim, what are your thoughts on Chris Jericho?
Jesus Christ. So he says, not that there's any comparison, but I'll compare myself anyway. And then he says all good, true things about The Undertaker, but by inference, would that be the proper term? Inference? Hold on.
I think so.
Let me look that up. Hold on 1 second. Indisposed, indulge, inextinguishable, initiate. Wait a minute. FGHI. I've gone too far. Hold on. Infiltrate, infidelity, infidel, infest.
All those people that are always saying, I could listen to Jim Cornette read a dictionary.
Well, here you go.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Infer, to conclude from evidence, to lead to as a result or conclusion, inference, the act or process of inferring. And basically, inference is the activity performed by a reader or interpreter in deriving conclusions that are not explicit in what is said. One way or another, he's compared himself to The Undertaker. He then says a bunch of nice things about The Undertaker that ipso fatso can be applied to him.
Oh, I'm going to remember that one.
It can be applied to himself as well. I think he's not, at the very least, showing a wide variety of humbleness and lovableness. He's not a humble and lovable shoeshine boy. He just said that, yeah, no, I got news for you. I have seen about 25 things, pretty easily 25 things that happened on AEW television that if The Undertaker had been in the locker room, he would have shut that shit down. And Jericho just stood by and let the parade go past. Ipso fatso, I don't compare Chris Jericho to The Undertaker.
Well, first of all, you raise an important question. We've seen GFY and The Influencer. Do you think Jericho's going to go after Ipso fatso next? We have to get Stephen P. New.
But again, how egregiously fucking egotistical can you be he did the obligatory, no, there's no comparison, then made all the comparisons that he thinks he's in that position that The Undertaker genuinely, truthfully was in as this authority figure that will fucking keep everybody straight. And obviously he ain't doing that job because nobody's keeping any of that shit straight. So, but it's nice that he considers himself in that same genre.
Yeah, that he thinks the things that he's doing are impactful.
Yes.
The problem is he wants to give people advice, as much as anyone actually wants to get his advice, he wants to give the advice.
And, and again, a couple of years ago, we said at least there's one guy there that's had experience at a major league level, that's done big time television, that has worked for a major company for so long. He can help these guys. He can break them of these bad habits. He can fucking try to teach them what the wrestling business is and not what they think it is with the fucking stunt show and the bullshit. And within 6 months, he's out on the football field with the kids. It's like the Uncle Dave principle. He doesn't have any principles, and whether they take his advice or not, he could give it in a legitimate way and try to teach them like JR did until they made fun of him and he just quit. But instead, he's, hello, fellow kids. I'm one of the cool kids. Look at me. I'm young because I'm out here fucking around on a football field. So it's not that he made them more professional. They made him less professional, and he went along with it just to be considered one of the fucking trendsetters, the influencer. GFY.
He was trying to hang on to them, not the other way around.
Oh, clinging for dear life. Clinched like grim death.